2025 Jaén Classic began, a race of more than 170 kilometers on dirt and medium mountains. It takes place at the beginning of the season and has become more popular over the years. Some of the competitors who have won this event are Tadej Pogačar and Oyer Lazcano, two of the most prominent. The Jaén Classic began with a breakaway of second division cyclists, as is usual in these second division races. Those leading the peloton were Jumbo-Visma of Wout van Aert and Años, with Egan Bernal and Kwiatkowski. On the other hand, UAE controlled the race. The race, full of uncertainty and expectation to know what was going to happen, began with Decathlon pulling harder at kilometer 78 from the finish when the Tratos zones began, synonymous with war and action, fear and attack. The breakaway, which mainly included second and third division teams, began to gain momentum. From kilometer 68 onwards, when they hit the Estrado roads, the nervousness increased, and the air was more tense in the peloton. The group of favorites began to move with the first attacks by the UAE, led by Brandon McNulty, who was looking for luck with an attack based on pace, wanting to surprise, which caused Bernal and the favorites to follow him on the wheel. And the battle began. The UAE wanted to blow up the peloton with its ferocious movements. Pogačar's soldiers wanted to terrify, and in one of these movements, the peloton became smaller. Marc Soler attacked and stopped suddenly. A little bit can be seen attacking from the side.
Tulip's the man on the wheel in the yellow. We already saw the last time Tulip was up the road, McNulty. Bernal, what a sight it is to see him back. And hovering towards the front, there he is, left-hand side, 1-2 for Jordan Labrosse, who was in good form at the weekend. Number 2 there is Carlos Canal. Big race.
Kwiatkowski attacks in an area with little pave. Remembering the golden years of when he was a classics rider, the former world champion attacked in a surprising way. He takes Brandon McNulty, who is looking for the epic, just like Kwiatkowski. Van Aert fails in his attempt to catch up with them. It seems that today he does not have the legs to compete. Marc Soler and Ben Tullet attack.
Two on his back.
I was going to say that Ineos Grenadiers, and especially
Sheer Adam. Here's Van Aert left-hand side. And stories from back in the day. 20 seconds behind though, a couple of legends here. Michał Kwiatkowski, Brandon McNulty, real ones, and they're with...
Looked to be Del Toro, but in behind, an attack from UAE to get things moving again. It is Isaac Del Toro, Egan Bernal.
But they cannot follow him. The Pole and the American began their solo journey through Jaén, setting a strong pace and gaining 1 minute on the group of favorites. The multi-classics champion and the Olympic runner-up collaborated like two synchronized soldiers. Like a band in rhythm, they passed and caught the breakaway and continued on their way. Bernal's peloton controlled the attacks. The Colombian looked in very good shape. Arriving at Sector 8 of Estrado, the breakaway was 26 seconds behind the peloton. It seemed that Kwiato's attack was not going to bear fruit. McNulty wanted to put him in check by launching a fierce attack, but the Pole remained on his wheel, as did the Spaniard Iban Ruiz. This game changed at kilometer 15. Brandon McNulty punctured and Kwiatkowski continued with the breakaway pace. Iban Ruiz followed him. It was already impossible for Brandon to enter the breakaway. The Pole increases the pace and relies on his classic skills to continue with the advantage over the peloton. Kwiatkowski leaves Iban without energy with an attack and heads for victory. Isaac Del Toro jumps out of the peloton with the hope of catching him. Bernal, on the other hand, had a terrible fall that costs him his retirement.
If you look at his body,
1.5 Ks to go on this sector.
If you look at his body language here, you can see big effort from Kwiato up that slight drag, gets over the top, and you can just see by the way that he's sat on the top. Not soft pedaling, but recover.
He's got a couple of those now, as well as the world title. And here it is about to start. Here in Spain, he took a world title over 10 years ago. The only other race similar to this one, well, he's won it twice. 2 times a Strade Bianche winner.
Michael Kwiatkowski stops the absolute media that he had since 2023, which was the last victory in the Tour de France that year. He broke the lie of favoritism and made it clear that until there is a fight, it is not known who will win.